I'm Kier.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Jay from Gallifrey Public Radio,
a podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the one you're listening to right now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
You have been granted clearance by Director Phil Coulson. Stand by for S.H.I.E.L.D. debriefing. All information to be discussed here is classified and may only be discussed among agents granted clearance by the S.H.I.E.L.D. Director.
Now it's time for your scheduled debriefing. I'm Agent Stargate Pioneer.
I'm Agent Haley.
I'm Agent Lauren.
And I'm Consultant Wing. And I just want to say, see what happened when you promote people to agent too fast? They work for Hydra. Just saying.
Welcome to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast number 53, covering Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 10, What They Become. This podcast is recorded on Wednesday, December 10th, 2014. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a fan-based podcast on the ABC television show Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the general Marvel Universe.
Because the only word for that kind of podcasting is fancy.
If you'd like to talk to us about fancy, you can find all of our contact information on our website, legendsofshield.com. We have a voicemail line, 844-THE-BUS-1. That's 844-843-2871. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube by searching for Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're just all over the place. And we also have forums available at forums.gonnageek.com. And you can also find them on the Tapatalk app by searching for Gonna Geek, all one word.
If you search for Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. poop, where does it come out?
The butt.
You don't know where it comes out, Wing?
It comes out the butt, Wing.
Proof that Wing is indeed not human.
Everybody knew that. I'm French. I'm not human.
So where do French people poop then?
You don't want to know. Ask James Cameron is going to tell you.
Talking about people that aren't human, what they become.
What they become? They didn't answer the question.
They totally did if you were paying attention.
It did.
It was awesome with the eyes and the irises and the whole back arching where the shell is flying off her. See, Raina didn't get the shell fly off thing. Skye
There's a reason for that.
Right. They were showing you her power.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that. Oh, we're going to have to talk.
Oh, yeah. No, so much to talk about.
Because I saw an eye and I was kind of excited and nothing. I was like,
Nope, that was Raina.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, this episode was bang, 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 bang. There was a couple of slow, I don't know, we'll call them CW-ish moments, but at
Like the really long talk between Skye and Dad.
I liked that. I really liked that.
I did too, but it was really long.
Yeah, but it was needed. We needed a breather at that point.
they had built up to it for so long.
Plus, just let Kyle MacLachlan do his thing. I mean,
He's so good.
the guy's awesome.
So good.
But this
Yes.
episode begins with May flying the bus like she normally does. And I swear, my mind went to Top Gun. I was like, she's going to put the brakes on and they're going to fly right by her. That's what I was thinking. But no.
Me too.
Nope. She pulled an Obi-Wan in episode 2.
Can I drop my canisters?
I was expecting her to jettison the cargo bay.
What? Because why not? Or the warp core, you know. What is
See
it do?
Lola explode on the mid-season finally? No.
Oh, God. No, that's something you say for the finale.
It would break poor Coulson's heart.
I don't think Lola was in the cargo hold, was she?
No, she was not.
Okay.
No.
But May doing her thing at the beginning, that was awesome. And then we go to San Juan, right? And we see Trip talking about the Howling Commandos one more time.
Yeah.
For the last time.
No.
And I feel so good at this moment in the episode because they're talking about Max, so I'm like, oh, definitely he's not dead, because if not, they would just not talk about him that much. It would just be sad. And then I see Fitz, and I'm like, oh, Fitz might die at not a moment. At some point, I suspected everybody. I suspected they would kill the character they did.
For like the last half of the episode, I was waiting for him to die.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally missed that because I was like, oh, now that he can be back on the show, because we haven't seen Trip all season almost. I'm like, oh, so they're taking rid of Mac and they're going to put Trip in his place. Nope.
Like for a second when he finally climbed out of the hole at the end, I was like, oh, whew, he made it. And then he was like, damn, and jumped back in the hole. And I was like, oh, bye, Trip.
He saved their lives, though.
Right.
I was so sure that, okay, I didn't get a chance to watch the episode twice. I only got to watch it once. And I was so sure. I was like, is he absorbing the crystal? He's going to live.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So then I spent the whole day thinking, no. He was absorbing the crystal. He's going to come back. He's going to come back. And then apparently
No.
he has stated that he is not coming back, but he could come back.
No, they made it pretty final.
He could get better.
He could get better. He could come back as pure energy or something.
Do a Daniel Jackson from Stargate? Yeah.
Or we could get like an alternate universe trip.
Oh,
That
would
maybe.
work.
But I don't think Marvel wants to go there right now. Let's bring Trip from the 616. Oh, he's not in the 616.
Well, how long do you think this show's going to run? 5, 6, 7 seasons? So after 7 seasons, he could come back.
I say 2020.
Well,
That's pretty much what they have slated right now. At least 2018 after this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was, even Dum Dum Dugan would have been proud, and, we got that
Okay,
moment. And,
So wait, Fitz can't build a mechanical detonator? Like, really?
Well, he probably could, but they didn't have time.
I think they had time.
Well, his hands are still a bit twitchy, aren't they?
Probably.
He could use his right hand.
That's what she said.
He didn't have the parts. I don't know. I'm trying to help.
I don't know. They had that in the bus, and it was easier, and that's it. It was a nice reference. So.
Yeah, I think they had to do one last reference because they were going to kill him off. That's just what it was all about. And then also, we got the nice little scene between Bobby and Lance where Bobby takes the thumb drive.
So that was Mac's flash drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Right. She was taking it out of his stuff so nobody else would find it.
What's on the flash drive?
I think they might be Sword.
I'm not sure if they're Sword, but I'm wondering if they're like a... Have any of y'all at any point read Secret Avengers?
Yes. That was
Okay.
really good.
No.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're like the Secret Avengers within S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, I was leaning your way for actually the last time we talked and everything. But after the major connection with the cosmic universe and everything, the Sword connection makes more and more sense.
Mm.
But we would know
See,
if
I'm
we would
thinking the Sword connection would make more sense after this because, it was such a mystery up until now.
Wait until you see Captain America 3. They're going to explain everything in that movie. That's what they did last time.
Yeah, well.
But
Avengers. Sorry, next one is Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, Avengers 3?
Avengers 2.
Next movie is Avengers 2. And then...
The next one.
Yeah. And then Ant-Man, we know, would probably not reference anything.
Oh, they're going to explain everything in Ant-Man. You just wait until Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's the only way they're going to get people to go watch it.
Yeah, because you have the time with old Ant-Man and new Ant-Man, so they can go from old S.H.I.E.L.D. to whatever they call themselves now.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D. 2.0.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to put S.H.I.E.L.D. 2.0 in a movie.
Maybe they might start calling themselves Sword after this. They have to rebrand.
Yeah.
They're not going to change the name of the show.
S.H.I.E.L.D. 2, way shieldier.
Fury's going to be in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the trench coat and everything. He has the oboe suit again.
I like the hobo suit.
It is an oboe suit.
I'm picturing him dressed like an oboe, like the instrument.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, dang, what did I miss? Is he a musical instrument? I don't understand. Don't fool with somebody that hasn't read the comics, sir. I'm confused enough as it is with this episode.
No, the oboe suit is just when he wears the beanie and the shirt.
I'm making fun of your accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you try to make me say Dr. Who and it's not working anymore.
It's not. You just...
It's not the same.
You have 2 out of the 3 Gallifrey Public Radio hosts on this podcast just berate you for it, and you still do.
It just comes out of my mouth. It's Doctor Who. That's it. It's not my fault. I swear.
All right.
All right. Let's go back to the episode.
But what's on the flash drive, though?
Secret things.
Personal information on all of them.
Oh, so like what May was doing last season?
No, that's not really a secret anymore.
No, but that...
Oh, like that's the kind of stuff that's on there?
Right, yes.
Maybe?
Maybe. And like maybe all of Fitz's project files and stuff like that he showed to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe it's all the stuff from Simmons' hard drive from when she was working at Hydra, too.
Yeah.
Also true.
Could be.
Who knows? We'll find out.
We won't find out until March at the earliest, though.
No, but then you get 7 weeks. Oh, I mean, we'll probably talk about this later, but we'll get 7 weeks of Agent Carter.
That's going to be awesome.
I love the hat.
It's going to be a very, very good distraction, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, but they needed to reestablish a thread for the second half of the season because we answered a lot of questions.
I think they did.
Yeah, well, they did, yeah. But
we finally get a superhero on our team.
It was about freaking time. I mean, I had a discussion this week, actually yesterday on Gonna Geek, saying that for me, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not a superhero show. It's a spy TV show that happens to be in the Marvel universe. But it's not The Flash, it's not Arrow, there's no superhero on that show.
You had Sif.
Yeah, guest appearance. And now we're having kind of Mockingbird, but kind of not at the same time.
We've had a lot of superpowered villains this season. Well, I guess maybe just one.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Not that much.
It seemed like more.
No, two. There was Creel.
That's right. That's why it seemed like there were more.
So, okay, I'm going to give you more X-File-y, but still, for me, when I sit down and watch this doesn't feel like a superhero show the same way I watch Arrow or
It's
The
a
Flash.
comic book show.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's getting better. You gotta admit, it's gotten way better.
I'm not digging the show. I love the show this season. But the genre, for me, Gotham is a comic book show.
Well, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't a superhero comic book, but it was still a comic book.
I would say that there was so many technology and weird things that at this point it was the Batman of the Marvel Universe for a while. So I would debate you on that.
Well, they've got gizmos and gadgets. It's just we're used to seeing those in sci-fi TV shows, so we don't necessarily think of them as part of a comic book TV show.
Agreed.
Plus, we've gotten to the point where so much of it is 5 years in the future.
Right.
That the dwarves, I mean, we have drones right now.
The Icers.
Yeah, the Icers. We have, all this non-lethal stuff that people have been testing out or are being researched and stuff now.
But still feel more fringe for me than superhero.
Well, and then when they revealed that the Koenigs are actually life model decoys.
That wasn't a reveal. That was a joke.
When they reveal.
Oh.
When. They haven't done it yet. But when they do.
Yeah, because they're still doing the joke thing at this point.
Right. I feel like those two are going to be crushed to find out that Trip is dead, because they've been playing with him a lot the last couple episodes.
What if they're aliens?
Yeah, what if he's multiple men, and even if you kill one, it doesn't matter?
Multiple Man, I think, is tied up with the mutant stuff.
Yeah, remember he was in that movie that didn't happen?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which one? Because there's one movie that really didn't happen. The other one kind of happened, but they retconned it in a way better movie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. But the X-Men Origin Wolverine, they're just disregarding that like, yeah, never happened. We're still going to sell it to you, but never happened.
All right, so in this show, Skye, or shall we call her Daisy, meets Cal.
Daisy Johnson?
Can we call her Quake?
Yeah, let's just call her Quake from now on.
Yeah.
Who's Quake?
Okay.
Skye.
Skye is Quake.
Skye is Quake.
He makes earthquakes. And she's called Skye, which is, wow, what a misled. Okay.
So, Daisy Johnson is a character who I think we've mentioned before on the cast when we were trying to figure out who
Yes, we did.
Papa Skye was. And she is the illegitimate daughter of Calvin Zabo, aka Mr. Hyde, who we have definitely talked about on the show.
Right.
Daisy was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., still is, and she is the former director of S.H.I.E.L.D., actually.
Oh, I could see that happening.
She also had kind of a father-daughter relationship with Fury, and they've just subbed Coulson in for that on the show.
Yeah, but that works so well. In this episode, when you have daddy fightings, it's great. I love that. The battle of the two
I'm her father, not you. Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, but she calls Cal dad. She doesn't call Coulson dad.
Right, to stop him.
To stop him.
Because she knew it would work.
Make him react. Yeah, but after that, she tells him, like, I will shoot you.
Yeah, that was Agent Skye using every weapon at her disposal.
Agreed.
Cal was just cray-cray, though. Almond cookies, flowers, Are you kidding me?
More crazy destiny talk.
You're exactly where you are supposed to be. This is your destiny. What?
Yeah, he was kind of human for a moment. And then
I loved the way that he was swerving from very sympathetic and very tragic and this person that you could relate to because his wife had been murdered horribly and his daughter had been stolen from him by these people that he trusted. And he's just spent his whole life just on this mission of vengeance. And this is normally like a superhero origin story, but because we're not seeing him from the protagonist's light. We're seeing him in terms of the scary person who is on the opposite side of our heroes and who has an agenda at odds with them. He is right now the antagonist of this story, or at the very least, not one of the heroes.
Do you think he's going to become a big hulking monster?
No.
So Mr. Hyde, he doesn't age as well? Is that the deal with him?
Mr. Hyde create a formula to become super strong, so he become like a Hulk.
Hulk light.
Yeah, Hulk-like type of deal, and he has a problem with his temper.
I bet they just give him like super strength or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do the whole hulky thing. No, I think because the week before maybe, when they showed him finding her body, he was supposed to look younger.
Yeah.
So he just met her 25 years ago.
He actually did look more like he did, through the power of CGI and makeup, did look a bit more like he did like Twin Peaks era.
Right. And I think what they're saying is he didn't meet her in the 40s. He met her like 25 years ago. They got married, had a child, and then she was killed.
Yeah, that's what I assume, because if not, it doesn't make sense, because White Owl is looking for another one that doesn't age. Okay, White Owl is not dead.
That's what I'm thinking because of her organs and blood and all the stuff that he took from her.
Right. And I'm wondering if it's possible that some part of her is still alive somewhere as well.
In him? Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
Well, the organs, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think he took the brain, though, but yes, I could see that. But it's just, for me, it was so anticlimactic. I love hating this guy all season long, and all of a sudden he gets shot once in the shoulder and he drops dead. I'm like...
Well, no, that's the chest, Wayne. Yeah. That's where most people keep their hearts.
Yeah, well, you guys are weird, but still... It's for me, that was kind of anticlimactic. The man goes through time, does a horrible thing and everything, and then got shot once in the back, and that's it.
It was because it stole his vengeance. It stole Cal's vengeance so he could get all Supermatic Coulson.
I agree with that, but still, I thought it was kind of let down. He died too fast.
I am kind of okay if he stays dead, though, because right now somebody has to be there to pick up the pieces. Who's there to pick up the pieces? We have Bakshi, who is in prison, sort of, and we have Ward.
Ward and his new sidekick.
Yeah, Ward and his new sidekick, Agent 33 / Scarface May.
Are we good with the fact that they seem to be building the anti-team? I'm good with that.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
So who would you have on your anti-team?
Those two, they might break Bakshi out and use him.
Okay, so that's 3.
Yeah, Bakshi.
Reyna?
Probably.
I don't know. She might be going off to do her own thing.
They might go recruit Mr. Hyde again. He's not dead.
Yeah, Hyde might work with Ward. He wouldn't work with Whitehall, but he might work with Ward.
Yeah, I think he trusts Ward because they're both in love, quote unquote, with Skye, with Quake. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cal really has it in for Coulson at the moment, so I could see him just going after S.H.I.E.L.D. because of that. Yeah.
They both want Skye, so yeah, okay. And which superpower thingy that we put on ice that we could go get?
On ice? Maybe the blizzard?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not going that way, but sure. I can go with that. But besides that, didn't we have like a blackout last season?
We've got Gravitron. He's still out there. We haven't brought him back yet.
Oh, true. Because now that we have a superhero on our team, they're going to need one too, so.
What about that frozen kid? I mean, did he die? I can't remember.
No, they just dropped him in the bottom of the ocean. I don't know that he's dead.
I don't think he's dead.
That could work for Ward.
If Cap could live, and this guy, while he doesn't have the super soldier serum, he does have liquid nitrogen producing stuff in his cells.
Right. So he'll be back at some point in time.
That would be my guess.
And there's that whole whatever happened to the Science Academy teacher and the students. We haven't seen those people since last season, right?
Yep.
So our point is that they have a lot of people right now to draw on, and that's usually what the Whedon's table likes to do. Introduce a bunch of stuff where you're like, well, this season was kind of okay, and then they bring it all back after, and this makes it awesome. Stargate style.
Best day ever.
I love that started trending for a while.
Yeah, until that was not the best day ever.
Right. So, okay, what's the Theta Protocol? Does anybody know, or are we just in limbo until the season comes back?
Well, Scott suggested that it is where, in case of an emergency, S.H.I.E.L.D. is completely staffed by Koenigs.
Oh, that would be great.
I buy that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have no idea for real, though.
They take them all out of the freezer, or they just unplug them all, and they're like, go.
How far in the Greek alphabet is Theta, by the way?
Beta?
Like halfway?
Theta.
Oh, yeah, kind of halfway.
Yeah, so I wouldn't think it would be like the absolute last choice protocol in that case.
Yeah, I mean, this is no Omega protocol or anything.
Which I think would be pop out of hiding, tell the Avengers what's going on, pray for the best.
I think that would be like get Fury back.
I think it'd be nuke the planet from orbit, start over somewhere else.
It's the only way to be sure.
Because, there's so many Earths out there.
Well, we have a backup.
Xandar looked nice.
Yeah.
Xandar did look nice.
It did. It also was saved. So yay.
We can just ask people to build another one. That's it.
By the way, who has their physical copy of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Ooh, I do. Did you guys watch the whole gag reel yet?
No, not
I
yet.
have not.
I have watched all the extra on the internet, so no.
Right. And by extra, you mean what exactly?
About 45 minutes of extra stuff.
They made a gag reel scene between Groot and Rocket. Like, they made it just special for the DVD.
I heard about that, but I haven't seen it.
It's adorable.
And I have not had a chance to watch it with the commentary yet, because
I haven't had a chance to watch the commentary either.
we were like, okay, let's watch it while we eat dinner. And I'm like, can I watch it with the commentary? Scott's like, I don't like commentary. So I guess I'll be doing that this weekend.
And that's why you guys are getting divorced.
Yep. I know a good lawyer.
That's okay. I guess I could put up with him despite that, egregious lack of taste.
Yeah, right. So talking about bad guys like Scott, how'd you guys like the Bad Guy Summit? It was the one time this season where we saw everybody all in the same room, right? You had Cal, you had Ward, you had Whitehall, you had Raina, you had Skye was there too.
And that was awesome, was it that nobody trusted anybody?
Exactly.
But they all had weapons. I mean, come on. If Whitehall really didn't trust Cal or Ward, he would have had them frisk coming in.
Oh my God. So Skye with the obelisk using it as a weapon. How awesome was that?
You got it. We might as well flaunt it.
Skye was so awesome in this episode.
Skye was amazing. I would not have guessed after like the first 2 episodes of the first season that I would ever like her character this much.
I was going to ask.
This is character development, people. Character development is wonderful.
Yeah, but they started so far. I mean, when we started talking about the science baby, I was like, kill one off.
And then they threatened to kill one off, and you're like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, and now I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill Fitz. They are gonna kill Fitz. No.
So if they did kill Fitz, how do you think the ratings would have gone for the first half of the season? Of the second season?
Really high.
I don't know.
Really
Well,
high.
seeing as my first response was, you shut your whore mouth. I'm not going to say that I would stop watching because, I mean, God knows that I have lost so many favorite TV and comic characters along the way, and I still kept watching and reading. But I would be very angry every week.
See, I kept on watching Revolutions. I don't know why. I kept on watching Heroes. I don't know why.
You know the show's just called Revolution, right?
I don't care. It's that bad. I don't care.
I watched it all the way to the bitter end, too. I know.
I know.
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, I am not feeling this. So I did watch Heroes to the end, though. I was getting ready to quit, but then they brought in Ray Park and I was like, damn it.
I don't know. I know everybody likes to bitch about season 4. And I
haven't seen any of season 4.
Season 4 was terrible, but Ray Park is amazing. I love him.
I don't agree. Season 4 was back to basic. I loved that about that.
What the hell were you? No. Everyone was awful.
Wings being French again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Heroes, I'm kind of an aura for this show.
The first season was amazing.
Yes.
Second season was okay.
Season 3 was horrible.
And then it just went off the rails.
So what season was Sulu in?
All of them.
1.
All of them.
Well, yeah, I remember him a lot in 1. No, maybe that was 3. I don't remember.
Yeah, but he was in all of them.
By Sulu, I mean George Takei.
Yeah, he was in all of them.
He's in all of them.
Okay.
He was an important character. But the point why that show died is that every end of season was the same ending. Oh, we're revealed, but not really. Oh, we're revealed, but not really. And the end of the show was, oh, we're revealed. I'm like, yes, but not really.
Well, the problem with that show is they never really finalized anything in the season. They were just like, oh, this is what's going to start next season.
Yep.
That's why you should be interested.
Yeah, there were just like no consequences.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the move going to be called with Skye using the diviner as a weapon? What can we call that? You've been divined?
Well, since that got destroyed, I think we're probably not going to have that move happen in a lot again.
There was another one at the end of the episode, so there was a bunch of these going around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these, so we can do it again.
Yeah, but I don't think they're just going to give her another one. Besides, she's got superpowers now. She doesn't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, she can just crush continent with her foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better. I was watching the ending, I was like, You know, you can't stop trying to kill her. Oh, you don't control the thing yet. Yes.
Okay, is it time to talk about my favorite part of the episode yet?
Anytime's
Always.
time. Go ahead.
When Skye shot Ward like 4 times.
Yes!
Oh my god,
Oh, I just have expletives written in huge letters. Yeah, Skye.
Yeah, I have way to go, Skye. She didn't hesitate or anything. She's like, boom, boom, boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom, boom.
I was not expecting it, and I was so happy.
And she didn't like shoot him in the foot or something. No, body shots, center mass.
But when you think about it, she shot him right in the vest. Shoot him in the nuts or something.
He wasn't wearing a vest.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No, he just happened to he had like 1 plate of body armor in his side, and at least one of the bullets actually hit him because he was bleeding a lot.
Yeah, he was bleeding. She didn't hit him anywhere really vital, but she hit him enough times to make it really hurt.
Like, he's gonna remember that.
What was he thinking turning his back on her? Come on.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how much hate fu she's learned from May.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe, but he passes the weapon. He doesn't pick it up. Let me go check the door. Well, you pick up a weapon.
No, he was like, sit down, I'll go check the door.
What kind of stupid butt move is that?
Because he hasn't been around her.
It's the move of somebody who has built up this whole fantasy girl in his head, this whole fantasy person. And he thinks that, okay, now things are going to go my way because he remembers her how she used to be. And he thinks he's planned out how this situation's going to go.
And I kept my promise to her, so she's going to love me now.
And he's still got all that hate fu in him from last year, too, right? From the Asgardian spear or whatever that was.
As far as we know.
Yeah, that doesn't go away.
Yeah, they haven't really addressed that since. I would like them to, but...
Yeah, I would agree that, unfortunately, that's something they just dropped.
They don't drop. This is the Whedons. They don't drop anything, including a little taser button on Cal.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, I don't think that's a taser. I think that's whatever. Okay, in Iron Man 1.
Oh, the little noise thingy?
Yeah, the noise thingy. I think that's what it is.
Oh, I took it as a taser. Huh. Like one of Black Widow's buttons?
Yeah.
That's what I took it as, and a Hydra adaptation of it.
Because, like, his veins started going kind of like how Tony Stark said, and he just dropped and all that. And there wasn't the electricity noise or anything.
But why was it just him? It would have been everybody in the room.
It's a modified version.
Yeah, that's the little button part. And it's right by his ear so he could hear it.
Until he ripped it off.
Yes, because he's that angry.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Don't drive angry.
No. I'm absolutely 100% sure that's what it was.
Okay. How many people thought that when the science babies split up down in the caves that one of them was going to die?
I thought Fitz would die.
I didn't think one of them was going to die. I thought Fitz was going to go find Mac.
I thought Fitz was going to find Mac, and I was so hoping for like a dramatic, heartfelt speech that would bring Mac to him back to himself.
I was hoping they would not do that, but okay.
What were you hoping, Wing?
I was hoping for nothing. I was like, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Mac or
because
Fitz?
Fitz, because I was sure they would kill him. No, Mac is golden at this point. Mac is okay. He's still on the show. There's no problem.
I bet that's what you thought after they shot Trip and he didn't die. You're like, oh, he made it. He's good for a while.
He's all better now.
Well, they got me on that one. I'll be honest. The big reason why they got me on that one is the meta knowledge, knowing what the actor is doing outside. So I was like, oh, he has more availability right now. Looks like the show were like, hey, we don't need you on this show.
Bye-bye.
You haven't been there for half a season and we don't care. I was like, oh.
He joined the team just to
die.
Not join the team, yes. Join S.H.I.E.L.D., travel to exotic, distant lands, meet exciting, unusual people, and kill them.
Kill them.
And get killed, apparently, for Trip.
Yeah, but that was a nice Die Hard reference, kind of.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I saw him, I was like, come to the coast, we're gonna have few left. I'm like, okay, you're just not Bruce Willis. Damn.
Oh, Bruce Willis on this show, who would he be?
I don't want Bruce Willis on this show.
Well, fair enough, but if he came on the show, who would he be?
On this show, probably like a surgeon of some kind, a surgeon douchebag of some kind.
He could be like an old Punisher.
I could see that, actually.
Yeah, but the guy who did the Punisher the last time was so good. Just bring that guy back.
Ray Stevenson, yes.
Yeah, the movie was but God, he was good in it.
It wasn't Dominic Cooper in it too? Or am I thinking of...
Yeah, the cast was kind of amazing for that movie. It was really a movie.
Was that Dominic Cooper or am I thinking of...
I think it was Dominic Cooper.
Now I have to check IMDb.
Oh, God. Fair enough.
You made her go to the computer.
I know. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. It's always all my fault.
Yes, it is, actually.
Blame Canada.
Dominic West.
Dom West.
Anyway, I don't say to people, go watch this movie. On the other end, if you're kind of drunk and you're with friends, that could be a really, really good movie to watch with that.
It's kind of a fun movie.
It's stupid, but yes.
And Ray Stevenson is great.
Yeah, he is.
For more good Ray Stevenson, everybody watch Rome, the HBO series.
Yeah. It was really good on Dexter, even if the show was not really good at this point, but he was good.
So Cal mentioned that when Skye / Daisy / Quake changed, no one else will understand. How do you think she's going to be reacting to different people like Coulson and the S.H.I.E.L.D. team and whatever at the beginning?
Well, remember how flipped out Mac was just finding out that Coulson had alien blood in him? Like, what's he going to think when he finds out what happened to Skye?
Mac? Well,
yeah,
he's a little indisposed at the moment himself.
No, he got better. When that blast went out, I thought his eyes cleared. Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah, after he woke up.
The city let his defense down.
Honestly, I can see Fitz and Simmons probably taking it the best, although they would probably, especially Simmons, want to, like, experiment.
Discovery requires experimentation.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the way I see it is that we're having a classic, and let's face it, this is the introduction of the quote-unquote non-mutant legal in this show. So she's okay because she looks normal. The other girls with the weird eye and all that, she's going to be like all deformed and stuff. She's going to be like the Mystique, the Sabretooth, the Toad that people reject.
She's not going to be passing.
Oh my God. So Scott linked me to something when I was at work today. There is a character named Raina in the Earth 616 Marvel Universe.
Yep.
She is part of the Saurid race. Well, actually, it's Hauka, Hauk''Ka, Saurian. They live in the Savage Land, and they are descended from dinosaurs, much like people are descended from primates.
But that's X-Men.
Yes, but Quake is also not an Inhuman.
What is Quake?
She's an X-Men too, I think.
A mutant, you mean?
Yeah.
A metahuman? Crossing all sorts of streams right now.
We are not using that word.
Yeah, whatever. She's special. They seem to want to use special, so...
But yeah, Raina in 616 has superhuman speed and strength, stamina, durability, agility, and claws and fangs. And since she's technically, a lizard, she would have, the eyes, we would assume.
Makes sense.
We're not sure about the quills, and the picture of her on the Marvel wiki page looks nothing like Raina, like at all.
Okay. Well, maybe they're going to play with the fact she was really vain, and now she's going to look like disfigured, weird person. Oh my God. Please don't make that suit in the show. Please don't.
That'd be awesome.
Come on, you don't want the weird shoulder pads.
But she has the Nightcrawler suit in green.
That suit is 80s-ing so hard.
Which is funny because the character showed up in, the early 90s? Mid-90s?
But she's Nightcrawler in green.
She's got a tail. She's got the wicked mohawk red spiky thing going on.
First appearance 2005.
Oh, you're kidding
no
me.
way.
No, first appearance. Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 456, which was published in April 2005.
There you go.
So, Ailey, you're not there
So
yet.
somebody was just on a lot of pot or something. I don't know. That is weird.
Well, Chris Claremont.
Pot? You don't do that on pot. You knew tougher than that.
Dude, well, LSD then.
Or lots of flu med.
Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. in no way advocates the use of illegal drugs.
Or flu meds.
No, you should be able to be creative without that, because if not, it does this. And we don't want to see this.
Nobody needs to see that.
No, nobody.
Okay, down in the tunnels, Raina...
Except for maybe Ward. I don't mind seeing. Hell, I'm happy to help.
Raina was able to command Mac. What was that all about?
She's a Inhuman.
One of the Inhumans, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like they theorized that going down there, it would activate somebody as kind of like an antibody response. But instead of killing him, it turned him into like...
A drone?
Well, I was thinking more of a guide. Like it might have, however possible, sensed that there were others in the area with that potential.
Yeah.
And so had him down there to lead them and to keep others out until they could get there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass.
I buy that.
Because he was kind of a guide.
Yes. He led them there and then he stayed and waited and kept other people away from them, like Coulson.
Yeah. It all makes sense.
Yeah, okay, so Coulson goes down and Trip goes down again. Both of them don't have suits, yet they're fine when they get down to the bottom.
Well, because they didn't make contact with the thing.
Yeah, because they didn't make contact with the thing, and because there had already been somebody, I guess, activated in the form of Mac. If my theory holds any water, which I'm not sure it does.
Form of Mac, shape of diviner?
Yes.
Okay. Did anybody get a BSG Temple Opera House?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like, I had a hard time not calling it the Temple of Five the whole time.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not the only one.
It seems like the same set.
It was a little bit that. It was a little bit Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well, see, for me, it even had the melody for a while, the same music.
Well, it is Bear McCreary.
Right.
Yeah.
So it took me
It's all just very reminiscent of
Yeah,
it.
it took me right
I
to
guess
it.
maybe there's just like a certain sound in Bear McCreary's mind at how like big important revelations at temples should sound.
So we're doing a temple scene this week, so get the tape you're used to.
Oh, good. I've got that one done.
Yeah, it's like when they did, it was the Alien 2 score. They didn't like the score, and the movie was coming out 3 weeks later. It was like, well, last movie I did was Wrath of Khan. I can't reuse most of that music. And he did. Don't watch those in a row.
Anytime you can get paid twice for doing the work once, go for it.
It's always going to be a good day.
Work smarter, not harder.
And the same studio didn't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know anything about Terrigen Mist or whatever. I assume that's what was happening in the little
Yes.
chamber. That was Terrigen
Yes.
Mist?
Yeah, so I started screaming when the diviner opened up and inside you see those crystals. I'm like, it's the Terrigen crystals! And then when it poofs out into mist, I'm like, it's the Terrigen mist!
If you click on that link I've got, my very first link, it shows a picture of the Terrigen crystals.
Okay.
And it's pretty interesting because they went with actual mist. I'm good with that. They went with mist.
Yeah.
I am so good with that.
Yeah, I was afraid that they would try to be cute and something like that.
I was surprised it wasn't green.
Yeah, that's true. That was kind of grayish.
Yeah, it almost just looked like smoke.
I mean, maybe it was just the lighting. I don't know.
Well, did you guys hear the ADR that they had to throw in there when Skye was talking? It went back and forth between echoing, like, in the chamber to pristine sound, like the very next sentence. I was like, okay, either they're trying something for effect here or they had something terrible going on with the sound. And it took me out just for a little second, enough so that I rewound it a couple of times. I was like, oh, they had to ADR the scene.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so at the end, we see this eyeless Inhuman. What's up with that? I had no idea what's up with that.
What happened when you get exposed to the Terrigen Mist? It's basically that your inner self comes out, but you always get some weird powers. So some people get deformed, some people can't talk anymore, so some people becomes dogs. I mean, you never know. This guy's lost his eyes, but clearly he can still see because he had no problem getting to that box and seeing it glow.
I've seen one theory that he's a character named Reader, but it's a fairly unknown character, so not a whole lot to go off of.
Yeah, he wasn't he in the series with Quicksilver, where Quicksilver gets his powers back from the Terrigen Mist after M-Day?
I don't know, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, I'm forgetting you read like 40 years in advance. Lauren, help me here. I know you read that.
Oh, Son of M. Yeah.
Yes, I think that was in that series that the Reader was kind of prominent.
Oh, geez, I don't...
Which would make a lot of sense with all this, so that would be great.
It says that it was introduced in Charles Soule and Ryan Stegman's Inhuman comic, and I don't think Ryan Stegman did the art for Son of M.
No, that was after a series. It was not in Son of M.
Okay.
The point is that, don't you think now that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are clearly going to be Inhumans?
Well, funny you should say that. We have a news article.
Are we done with the episode?
Well, let me ask, does anybody have anything else about the episode that we haven't covered yet?
I'm pretty good.
That's all of my notes.
Really?
I'm so glad that Skye shot Ward. Just so happy about it.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Haley, you already brought up that article. What exactly are we talking about with the Inhumans?
It's an article from Zap to It. It's just kind of a bullet point, things that people that aren't comic readers are going to have questions about from the finale.
Like me.
So it's got a description of what the Inhumans are, which we've talked about. It says who that eyeless person might be. Their guess is Reader. It tells you who Daisy Johnson is in the comics, her powers, and then it talks a lot about the Terrigen Mist, and then it talks about Hyde. So we've actually talked about everything that's in this article.
Woo! We rock! We touch everything.
Phrasing.
And not everybody. That's a good distinction here.
Okay, so, Haley.
A Jackson Pollock painting in there.
You also discovered how many viewers Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had last night, right?
Right. 5.22 million live viewers for the finale.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
No, it's a pretty solid number for this show.
The mid-season finale, right?
Yep.
Can't wait for the +3 numbers on this one, actually.
+3 and the +7.
Yeah.
Yeah, those usually take a few weeks to come out, but yeah, I bet it's huge. It's probably going to be close to 10 million.
I bet after word of mouth, definitely.
Yeah. We'll have to run down the L+7 ratings as much as we can for this first half of the season next week.
Yeah, that would be interesting because when I see Gotham getting like 22.5 million, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's Batman.
I know, and they have Batman in their show now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
None of you is watching that show, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm watching Gotham, yeah.
I have them recorded, but I haven't caught up, and I don't know. I'll get around to it.
I didn't understand, like, their mid-season finale was the week before Thanksgiving, right?
Right, and it didn't seem very finale-ish.
No, it didn't. It just, like, I was expecting another one, and it never came, so I guess we're not getting another one until January.
I don't know. They kind of put Bruce on another path. Again, like, move the path of the training a little bit farther. And for me, that was satisfying. So I was good with that.
You know what else is satisfying for you?
Felicity without a shirt.
Well, okay. Do you know what else is satisfying for you?
What is satisfying for me? Because my next answer is not going to be politically correct.
No, they have officially cast Doctor Strange.
So we can talk about it?
Yes.
Yeah, woo.
We can talk about the Cumber news?
I guess. You go ahead. We're just going to snooze in the corner until you're done.
Well, they finally signed a contract with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was about freaking time.
I will be forever upset that it's not Oded Fair.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not crazy about it being Cumberbatch.
Screw you, Marvel.
I was listening to his Nerdist podcast today when I was driving into work, and he does seem like a pretty entertaining guy, so I don't know. We'll see what they do with it. I'm still pissed that he's not Oded Fair.
Let me ask you guys this. How much interaction does Iron Man or Tony Stark have with Doctor Strange at all?
Okay, so there was this one episode of a Marvel show where it's based off those little weird-looking squat toys.
Yeah.
Superhero Squad.
Okay.
There was this one episode of Superhero Squad where, like, Iron Man got really mad and kicked all the Avengers out of the Avengers mansion because they kept, like, trashing his place. So they're, like, they're going around trying to look for a place to stay. They're trying to stay at Doctor Strange's house for a while, but it's, like, creeping all of them out because just, like, starts floating around, and everyone's like, okay, we're gonna leave. And then they go into, like, the Punisher's van. The Punisher, by the way, is narrated by Ray Stevenson on this show. And he's, like, narrating everything and as, like, really weird and gritty a way as, like, a show targeted at 7-year-olds can be, and it's actually hilarious.
When you think about it, when Tony Stark tells you that you party too much in his house, time to stop partying, man. Just saying.
I know Superhero Squad is a completely ridiculous show, but the amount of Easter eggs in terms of, like, casting and writing and animation that they managed to keep pulling in kept me watching. It was pretty great. But there's the whole Doctor Strange is on the Illuminati with Tony Stark and Black Bolt and all them.
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic.
I would love to see Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch going at it on screen.
Which...
Yes.
So that's a Tumblr post in and of itself. But that has been suggested that at some point somebody says something like, no, Sherlock. And then they both just kind of stare at each other uncomfortably.
Well, Lauren, you got a wish come true this last week, too.
Yes, I did. Okay. So Jessica Jones has been cast, and it's Kristen Ritter, which you might remember was my top choice for the role.
She was.
So yeah, I was so happy, and I'm actually bouncing in my chair right now.
Well, we already knew that the Marvel executives were big fans of the show.
Yeah. So
I'm just waiting for your two ladies' contract to come in for you to actually go work for Marvel.
That would be so awesome.
seriously, I have so many good ideas, Marvel. Just seriously get a hold of me. I will make you at least one bucket of cash. I won't say what size bucket, but it will be a bucket.
We just need 2 hours of her time every week to be on this podcast.
And like 1 more hour to watch, the show. But other than that.
Well, 2 hours so you can watch it twice.
Okay.
You're starting to about 5 hours of free times a week. Are you crazy?
No, we're requisitioning 4 hours of her time per week. Put it in the contract.
That's all.
You have 2 guests, by the way.
No, hers, not mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just mine.
Yeah, more of my time.
More of me time.
But yes, Kristen Ritter will be Jessica Jones, and I am so happy.
So,
Yay.
do they mention... Okay, so the series is going to premiere next year in 2015, following Daredevil, so that'll be late summer?
I don't know.
Maybe?
They really haven't said what their release schedule is on these shows yet.
Yeah, they just say coming to Netflix in 2015. I'm wondering if they're going to, wait a couple months in between.
Yeah, maybe all of Daredevil in June, all of Jessica Jones in July, and then something else in August.
I don't see Jessica Jones being done by July.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably more in terms of October, November.
So in the middle of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Maybe we'll see, or maybe towards the end of the year.
Like maybe right before S.H.I.E.L.D. starts back up.
I shouldn't complain too much because it's been working for DC. They got 3 shows active right now, another one on the way, so they're doing just fine.
I don't know. They had 4 and 1 just crashed and burned. So on the other end, let's not forget one thing. This is a Netflix model. It's just going to drop.
Right, it's all going to drop on one day.
And then you can watch it at your own pace.
People are going to be sick and not be able to go to work the next day. It's going to be odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already planning that sick day, yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to have Jessica
You guys are
Jones-itis. That's where my symptoms include uncontrolled swearing and punching things when they make me angry.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to January, Stan Lee has spoken about Agent Carter.
Yeah, he's going to be on Agent Carter.
They're
Woo!
making him do everything. I'm hoping that they got him for 2-3 days at this point in front of a blue screen, doing a bunch of different stuff. And they're like, don't worry, you can die now. We're okay until 2020.
No, hey,
Once again, you shut your whore mouth.
The man is 93, 94. He's not going to live the next 15 years.
He can live to be 193.
Oh, God.
As long as he outlives me, it's fine.
I'm just saying, people that works in media have article ready to push sand the day he dies. We should actually record an episode just for the moment so we can just drop it.
All right.
Let me tell you something here, Wayne. You shut your whore mouth.
It's good business. Come on.
Is that a whore with an H or a or without an H?
It starts with a W, actually, but okay.
Right, but there's an H in the middle, right?
Is there? Don't ask me. Looks like I don't even know how to write my name anymore. Now there's an H in wing all the time for the last 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
wing. I'm wing.
Okay. Ryan Reynolds is going to play Deadpool again.
Well, I mean, we knew that. He just re-signed the contract that expired. That's not news.
Well, it's kind of news.
We don't have non-news on this podcast. Go away.
Still not news.
Get off my podcast.
It's actually a film that's going forward. It's going to be directed by Tim Miller.
Yeah, so the movie that's supposed to be released before Fantastic Four that has not had a shot yet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I mean, this is a case that if I don't see a trailer, it doesn't happen.
They do have that trailer, kind of.
Kind of.
Okay, so what I'm hoping it is they just put Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool costume and send him to cons all over America and just film stuff and have a plot in between him interacting with other Deadpools and stuff. Because let's face it, Deadpool in character at a con is one of the most delightful experiences you will ever have.
Yes. And I would hope that they would not try to interweave it with other Marvel stuff so they could actually, he could actually watch the X-Men on TV and be like, yeah, that Wolverine movie was not good and stuff like that. Would be great. They really messed up with me, yeah? Let's fix this.
The little yellow bubbles are back. Little yellow bubbles, how I've missed you.
There you go. That would be awesome. I'm just saying, that would be awesome. The problem is they already said it's tied to X-Men and all that. I'm like, no, this is the character. You don't want to do this. You want
my God. What if he's the only one who remembers X3 and just goes around ragging everyone?
Oh, that would be
hilarious.
Really funny. But I want him to see a figure of Spider-Man and being like, oh, no, we don't own that. Or something like that. That would be great.
Well, talking about Spider-Man, you guys been following the news about this big Sony hack?
Yeah.
Yeah. As in every actor, you're like, oh, that's too bad for them, but I can't stop reading.
I know. So apparently...
It just gets more and more entertaining.
Oh, God, yes.
I don't know how true this is, but North Korea, apparently, or somebody associated with North Korea, was pissed at Sony about this new movie coming out about the assassination plot against the North Korean leader. So they authorized hacking into Sony, and so they got all this bad information, basically, which they were making public now. And one of the things was some of the leaked emails about a potential Spider-Man crossover into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. That it was seriously discussed between people very high up at both companies that they might include Spider-Man in the upcoming Captain America film as part of the Civil War storyline. But those talks apparently broke down, and Sony has decided that they're still going to have to do their own thing, and they're going to have a Spidey summit to try and, save the sinking ship.
We'll see.
Yeah, basically what happened is that eye-level people started talking with each other. It becomes more and more angry emails. And if you work in the corporate world, this happens from time to time. People lose it, and some emails should not be sent and should not be published because it becomes in between two person. What they were saying about Angelina Jolie and David Fincher was hilarious, by the way. But yeah, so they had talk, but Sony was like, yeah, make our movie, put them in the Marvel universe and everything, but we'll keep creative control. And Marvel was like,
yeah, no.
Well, we'll give you cash, but you're not controlling the Marvel universe. So that's why that basically fell out. But when you think about it, you're Marvel. At this point, yes, of course, it would be nice to have Spider-Man back. Let's be honest.
Right.
But they have managed to make an empire without him.
Not just that. Iron Man is a household name that makes billions of dollars in this last movie, which was the fourth one featuring the character. Spider-Man needs a summit to be saved.
Yeah, the problem with Sony right now is they're trying to do what Marvel did, and they don't have enough to do it. What they need to focus on is making good Spider-Man movies and not trying to build a ginormous franchise.
Agreed.
Yeah, like the Batman movies were previous to the Justice League here.
That's what they need to do.
Well, some of them.
Fair enough.
They need to not try to universe build. They need to just focus to do a very good movie. They were so desperate at some point they start sending email to Sam Raimi. Please come back.
Please come save us.
And you're like, seriously? That's where we are now? Buy Joss Whedon if you want to save your ship. But don't go back to the guy who did the horrible third movie and you could not talk to at some point.
I really wonder if the third movie was just him being so miserable that he was just like trying to get out of his contract and stuff. Because that movie is so bad.
No, because he did heavy production on 4 and he was really hurt when that dropped. So I don't know. But Sony, if you don't know what to do with a license like this, sell it for cash.
Oh, let me read this. At this point, Sony has bigger things to worry about. I think about this as a life preserver that's sitting out there in the turbulent waters, but the life preserver is smeared with poop.
Wow.
The sea is getting rougher, but unless it's actually a life or death situation, best not to be covered in poop.
Where did you find that?
It's in this article that I linked to.
Wow.
The one from Latino Review.
That's amazing.
Oh, the second one. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
That is a wonderful metaphor.
Yes. But I cannot believe we're talking about Spider-Man that way now. I mean, he's let's be honest.
I don't know. Between Dan Slott's current run on his comics and the past couple movies, just Sony not knowing what to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah, Marvel not knowing what to do with him either in the comic book world.
Exactly.
Well, the current run is pretty good.
It's just sad to see a character with so much great history end up like this.
All right. So Sony calls Lauren and Haley up right now.
Yes.
After we get done with the podcast and say, I want you to come work for us, but you have to work on Spider-Man.
Okay.
Do you take the job?
Yes.
Hell no. Well,
Yep.
now, yes.
You just take the 90s cartoon and turn it into live action movies. It's not that hard.
Yeah, that's
Basically.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you just start mid-story. You just show Spider-Man having fun.
Right. We don't need the origin story again. Everyone knows how Spider-Man got his powers.
Yeah, we don't need the origin. We don't need angst. I mean, yeah, every now and then he's going to be like, oh man, it sucks that J. Jonah Jameson is, trying to rile up everyone against me. But then the thing is that Spider-Man was always about like the wisecracking and the science and the just bizarre acrobatics straight out of like Cirque du Soleil. I mean, you focus on that stuff. You focus on, him just being like an everyday nerd who somehow, due to just a freak accident, got superpowers and is just having the time of his life with them, except for when he's, trying to balance it with having a personal life, which, yeah, kind of sucks. But then he can like go out and do awesome stuff. And that's the cool part. So you just do something with that and you find one interesting villain. One.
Not 8.
Not 8. One. Have like, I don't know, the Vulture or someone. The Vulture could be fun because it's an old guy.
He's such a ridiculous villain.
He's so ridiculous. Or you have Black Cat and you make it as them trying to like one up each other and you have this whole total Batman and Catwoman thing. But that's it. That's all you need. Pay us money. We will do this for you, Sony. Pay us money.
I'm just saying, Sony people, how the hell don't you haven't used the Black Cat character yet? That is beyond me. After 5 movies that she had a name drop.
Well, it's because they keep restarting at the beginning.
Yes.
She should be at the beginning.
Oh my God. And you should just totally do that one bit out of, if you still have him as like a teenager, totally do that one bit out of Ultimate Spider-Man where he unmasks and she's like, oh my God, I've been making out with a 15-year-old and pukes on him. That was like the best thing ever. Or she's like horrified by this. It's like the perfect way to end the movie. It's like the post-credit scene right there.
Yep. Yep. Oh, all those post-credit scenes on Spider-Man will have been useless now.
So do you think we'll get a post-credit Age of Ultron scene that will tie into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm betting.
I bet they don't tie directly to the show.
What I'm thinking is it's going to be Coulson. I'm betting it's going to be Coulson be like, yo, I'm director Coulson. Hey, I'm alive.
Yeah, maybe they're all like hanging out in Tony's apartment again and he just walks in like, hey guys, what's up?
Why didn't you invite me to the party? They're like, you're dead. And he's like, haha, psych.
I don't know. The big rumor right now is that Benedict Cumberbatch has to be on the set in January, so my money's on that.
Probably.
That being the post-credit scene, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's the mid-credit season and then there's a shawarma scene, usually, right?
I think Doctor Strange is the mid-credit scene, and the shawarma scene is usually a useless thing.
Just a little fun thing.
Yeah, it's a useless thing. It's Howard the Duck. It's them eating shawarma. It's the Hulk.
Howard the Duck was so useful in getting copies of the stupid movie sold for people that said, hey, I want to go check that out. And then, oh, I never want to see this again. And
we brought it to my in-laws for Thanksgiving.
Oh, God.
Really? How much did you have to drink?
My mother-in-law was like, I had that song in my head the other day.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
But then instead we ended up showing my uncle-in-law The Avengers and Cap 2.
Oh, good.
And we ended up getting Mr. I only watch Clint Eastwood movies to admit that he was really liking these movies and had to check them out.
So all these copies of Howard the Duck that were sold post Guardians of the Galaxy are going to end up taking the place of all the ET cartridges that were on Earth in the dump in
New Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, but Netflix Canada is a weird beast. I don't understand how they choose their movie. But the same month that Guardian of the Galaxy comes out on DVD, they have Howard the Duck on streaming, and I'm like,
hey.
Why?
They were like, well,
why not?
We can't get Guardians. We got the next best thing.
That's not the next best thing.
Worst movie ever.
Maybe not ever, but it's close.
Not.
I can't believe I thought it was a good idea.
Have you ever seen Santa Cream and the Ice Cream Bunny?
Yes, it was better than that.
It was not.
Yeah, it assumed itself. It's not trying to be anything else.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Look it up.
We're talking about movies. We're assuming you don't know what we're talking about.
Look it up.
Dude, hush.
Hey.
All right, back to the news story here. It should come as no surprise that Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will soon feature some sort of tie-in to the Avengers Age of Ultron. So it's probably leading into the film this time around versus
maybe
on the other.
I don't know. That's exactly as much information as you get from this article, is that there is going to be some kind of tie-in.
No, are you serious? Something that's going to change their old universe is going to touch them?
No, they're not saying that.
No, here's what it says. You should expect something. The Avengers is the big tent that all the franchises play under. Obviously, we're included in that.
Oh my God, this is nothing.
That's the information. I don't think any movie has the potential to impact us in the way that Captain America 2 did, but there will be connections.
Oh.
Hashtag it's all connected.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to be like the connection to Thor 2, which was like, we clean up an office.
Oh, that sucked.
We're cleaning up an office.
I expected so much more from that. I'm a universe guy, right? So I want to see everything. That was whatever.
I agree. That's why I like the Fast and the Furious one. And we were so pumped. And that is when we gave the cast to you because we're like, yeah, no, we were mad. We were mad.
So X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So Oscar Isaac, as you may or may not know, has been cast as Apocalypse and Sabah Noor in X-Men Apocalypse. Oscar Isaac, you may know him from Sucker Punch. You may know him from Inside Llewyn Davis. And you may know him as the X-Wing pilot in the trailer for The Force Awakens.
The man woke up a morning and he had a career. Okay.
Basically, yes. But he did an interview with IGN where he's talking about, among other things, Apocalypse in this movie. So he's talking about what to expect, which at this point isn't really much, but he was talking about how he was a fan of the storyline from when he was a kid. Talked about whether or not we'd see Archangel, Angel was played by Ben Foster in X-Men movie, which shall not be named because now it never happened.
Good.
X-Men 3?
What?
Yes.
No, I don't remember there being a third one.
Yeah, but actually 1 and 2 did not happen either, so let's not use that excuses too much, okay?
You know, curiously, I actually purchased that DVD when it came out, and when I was recently redoing my entertainment center, I was looking for all the X-Men movies, and that was one I couldn't find. It literally has walked out of this house.
The universe is correcting itself.
See, the thing is, I like watching that to try to pick out cameos and stuff, but it's not a good movie.
It's a cameo movie.
I had a choice of DVD set at some point. I could have bought what they call the Wolverine Connection, where you have the first 3 X-Men and the 2 Wolverine, or I could have bought only the 3 X-Men and buy the Wolverine by itself. That's what I did, because no way that origin movie comes into my house.
I had to buy it because I'm a completist, but I don't think I've watched it since I bought it.
Again,
Ditto.
they wrote it out of continuity completely. Wolverine is not even in the right country in Days of Future Past at that moment. He should be in Korea at this exact date.
Alrighty then.
They didn't care. They were like, yeah, whatever.
They're like, yep, we're just ignoring that bit.
Emma Frost in First Class? Not the same Emma Frost we saw in Origin.
No.
Which I'm fine with, even though I wish they'd gotten a better actress. Because I wish they'd done more with Emma Frost, but that's a rant for another day. Okay.
Anybody got anything else to say about Oscar Isaac?
Mm-mm.
Did y'all know that the Arabesh on his flight vest says pull to inflate upside down in the new Star Wars trailer?
No, that's pretty cool. That is cool. Okay. So comicbook.com has an article that says that Al Pacino has met with Marvel Studios. So I ask you, since obviously there's been no specific character lined up, but he has met with Kevin Feige. So what do you think that Kevin Feige has in mind for Al Pacino?
Same thing he had for Robert Redford. We'll find you something.
Crazy villain.
He has to.
He could play Maximus the Mad.
Yes. Yes, he could. I don't know. I'm trying to put him in a Godfather kind of role. That would be awesome. But I don't think Marvel does that. They have the Kingpin.
Yeah, I think right now they haven't really done any organized crime kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe something in Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Which James Gunn has apparently expressed an interest working with Pacino, but he said that he's had so much of it worked out for such a long time that he's not sure there is a role to write for him.
They're not that far in casting. Come on. They can't
No.
put him somewhere in Captain Marvel.
No, but I think he's that far in what he wants the story to be.
Yeah, but he could be like a captain something in Captain Marvel. He could be part of the...
He could be in Captain Marvel. He could be...
Yeah.
Huh.
It could be a lot of people. Actually, he could be a lot of people.
Actually, he could be like Claw in the Black Panther movie.
Isn't that Andy Serkis?
I think that's Andy Serkis.
Oh, that's right. They've already cast that.
Oh, yeah. We could be like just a white supremacist in the Black Panther movie.
All right, you guys think about that. I'm going to throw it out to the audience.
Yeah, I think we need to because we're just like spinning right now.
If you have a key role for Al Pacino to play in Marvel somewhere, doesn't necessarily have to be the MCU, but that's obviously what is probably being targeted, let us know.
Oh my God, what about like something in Doctor Strange?
Yeah, that would be good.
He would, oh, yeah. Like an Adam Warlock kind of thing.
I actually heard a rumor that Orlando Bloom was being looked at for Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I saw that too. And you know what?
I actually wouldn't mind that.
I'm good with it. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I've been reading I'm still working my way through because I keep getting distracted and wandering off and then being like, oh yeah, I'm still working on this. The
Squirrel.
2005. Pretty much that is basically me.
No, Squirrel Girl.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's coming out in January. But I'm still working my way through the Dan Abnett Guardians of the Galaxy series. So I'm getting more experience to like Adam Warlock and Moondragon and Mantis and Cosmo. I really want Cosmo to have a big part in the next Guardians movie, by the way. But yeah, I can see Orlando Bloom as Adam Warlock. And I don't think that'd be too bad of a casting choice. But we'll see. It's all just rumors.
I just want to see him in front of Hawkeye and look at them and like, how you do with that bow?
So as we record, we're streaming live on Mixlr, so you can get there when we record, 7:30 on Wednesday Central Time. on live.legendsofshield.com. Richard Leviton is on there, and he says that Al Pacino could possibly play the Black King.
That would be actually pretty good. Not Black Bolt, though.
No.
So, again, if you guys have any suggestions, please go ahead and hit us up. We'll be glad to talk to him about them on the podcast next time. Moving on to the next story, Frank Grillo and Anthony Mackie being adorable on Twitter.
Yes, this is so cute. So this was on Twitter, but to save everybody from having to dig through a bunch of Twitter comments to find it, oh no, they didn't, and various other places, but I linked to this, have screen capped it. Frank Grillo on Twitter. Me and my new brother at Aiko_Uwais and his amazing crew working on the best fight sequence I've ever been in. #Beast. And then there's a picture. Then Anthony Mackie replies with, is it better than when I kicked your ass in Cap 2? #shots fired. #Falcon beatdown. To which Frank Grillo responded, are you crazy, fool? As I recall, you were laying on the ground after I threw your sorry ass across the room. Cap, help, it hurts. Between this and Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, I keep wanting to say Sebastian Shaw, Sebastian Stan, whenever they go to cons, basically just ragging on each other over Falcon versus Winter Soldier. The Marvel universe has just the most adorable cast in all of human history. They're just wonderful.
Yeah, even Chris Evans, who is not comfortable in the spotlight, even him, he says some pretty cool stuff from time to time. So it must be a fun company to work for, a fun work environment. They must just, a lot of creative people that just want to have fun working. So pretty cool. All right. So we talked about the episode already, but our next article is a spoiler-y article. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's latest victim speaks out.
Yeah. So BJ Britt did an interview with Entertainment Weekly. The first question is, when did you find out Trip was actually going to die? And I refuse to believe, I don't want to believe that he's dead. I want to think that he's coming back as like some sort of superior being made of pure energy and awesome.
Well, if they get a broom and a dustpan, they could bring him back.
But then he was talking about how they told him like a week before they got the script. And they were like, can we talk to you in the office? And then, what was your last day like on set? And everyone's crying and just stuff like that. And, oh, I'm so angry. I'm so angry.
Yeah. And the way they did it seems so final.
Well, you kind of knew something was up when they brought on Mac as well. It just seemed like one too many people.
Again, I thought it was because of his shooting schedule. So when they took care of Mac last week, I was like, we're good. We're back to normal. But no.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to be missing Trip. But
I love the way he says that every time.
I know, I can't replicate it, but it was cool. And he will be missed, and he is definitely dead. I'm not going to sit well him. He's definitely dead. All right. Next article. I'm interested in this. I didn't get a chance to read it. Did Marvel just solve Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch's father problem?
Okay, so this is comic spoilers and possibly movie spoilers. We'll see.
Okay.
So there's a comic ongoing right now called Avengers and X-Men Axis. It's written by Rick Remender and the art is by Adam Kubert. I have not been reading it because I am really not a fan of what they've been doing with Magneto and Professor X and Red Skull in this. And I'm very disappointed in Rick Remender because I loved his run on X-Force. And this, I just got really angry at. And I'm like, nope, not reading it. So, in Axis number 7, which came out today, Wednesday, December 10th, Scarlet Witch casts a spell intended to assault her brother Quicksilver and her father Magneto after she finds them working with Dr. Doom, who once manipulated her powers to the great detriment of the world. The central conceit of Axis, I'm reading this directly from the article, by the way, is that a group of Marvel characters have been inverted, flipping their alignments from good to evil and vice versa. Scarlet Witch and Magneto were among these who were inverted, so they were becoming more evil. So the spell she casts says, find perch within the blood of my blood, crush their bones, boil their blood dry in their veins, ruptures their souls, end the line, strike my family down. And with that, only Quicksilver falls. So then they're like, whoa, we're not your kids. You don't know how liberating it is to know that there's no blood connection between us. So it might turn out that they are not Magneto's kids. It might turn out that they're not mutants. which would really make the No More Mutants thing just an even bigger kick in the face.
Oh, wow. Marvel start to rewrite mutants as non-mutants so they can bring them into their MCU instead?
Yeah, it's confusing to begin with because they point out that Scarlet Witch, her powers are considered both mutant and magic, and Quicksilver did lose his powers during the No More Mutants thing, but he used to be married to one of the Inhumans. He went and got his powers back with the Terrigen crystals. He stole some. And there's also some messing about with the High Evolutionary. So we don't know if that has anything to do with it, or if it's just Marvel's like big F you to Fox, or what.
So they didn't actually say who their father would be. It just said that Magneto was not necessarily their father.
At least in this. And then there's a teaser. There's a cover, a variant cover that has a picture of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch on it. It says No More Mutants, and it just has a picture of them on it. So they might not be mutants now. And I'd say I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm feeling very irritated. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Something that should be a lot less irritating, good information, by the way, is that the actual Peggy Carter starter pack is out.
Yes.
For those of us that want to be Peggy Carter when we grow up.
Woohoo!
For those of us who really want to be Peggy Carter when we grow up. So somebody, I guess, tweeted Haley Atwell at Captain Ironhawk, tweeted her an actual Peggy Carter starter pack. So she tweeted, Peggy Carter's nail color, cinnamon sweet by OPI, with a picture. And it's this, wonderful dark red. And then here you go, ladies. Peggy's lipstick is Besame and red velvet, which I need to look for this now.
Now, does lipstick work the same on all women, or, is it the same color on all lips?
No, it's not.
It's the same pigment, but depending on your coloration, it might not look as good as you. For instance, I have kind of like yellowish undertones on me, so something that looks more orange or blue would look different on me than it would on somebody with more pink undertones.
Okay.
And I guess we might have just lost all the uninterested in makeup or art audience, but anyway. And her perfume is Besame Decades of Fragrance 1940.
Nice.
So, yes, we have the actual Peggy Carter starter pack.
All right.
Now all we need is the hair, the uniform, and the gun.
Right. Well, nobody's going to give us a gun.
You're in Texas. The gun's easy.
Yeah, depending who you know, the gun's easy. I live in Texas. A gun,
Yeah, it'll be easier to get the gun than the lipstick.
Yeah, what's the quote from Miss Congeniality? This is Texas. My hairdresser has a gun.
Awesome movie. Awesome. I need to watch that again.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. That one is so... Quit being so French. It is so good.
Your list is like 8 miles long. Don't rewatch something you've seen, okay?
I just rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy this week.
Oh, God.
So...
Woo!
Suck it, Wing.
The Untouchables on Netflix, by the way. I'm just saying.
Suck it long and suck it hard.
All right. Anything else to say on news this week, guys?
I think that's probably about good.
That was a lot of news.
It was. We are moving on to the feedback section of the podcast, and we got a lot of feedback on Twitter this past week, ever since the last episode came out. Richard at Kodiak GWC tweeted, "New look at Avengers, Age of Ultron Vision." Did anybody take a look at this story on IO9?
Yes.
I did.
I just scrolled through the pictures.
Yeah, it's not like an actual photograph of the character on the set. It's a piece of art.
Is it a movie poster maybe, or is it fan art?
Seems to be a movie poster.
Yeah, it seems to be in the style of when they release tie-in books and stuff like that for art books and things.
No one seems to know where this promotional art originated from, but we will say that it looks smashing. And yes, it does. So thank you very much, Richard. And then the operator, or Agent Op, as we like to call him around here, retweeted Mignon. And it was great. It was Bart Simpson. You know how he's on the chalkboard every morning or at the start of all the Simpsons? Mm-hmm. So he's at the chalkboard of the Simpsons, and it's the Kree writing that was the map of Atalan. So that was awesome. And Simpsons, what? Are they in like the 27th year now or something like that?
The Simpsons is older than a bunch of my cousins.
I think it's probably about my age. right around there.
Youngin'.
Yeah, I remember it was coming on like when I was in school, but I don't remember what grade I was in, college or I don't know. It's been a while. Also, Christy at Adana Girl tweeted us, and she said, I always worry a little when I mention Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. I try to remember if I tweeted anything embarrassing. And don't worry, Christy, if it was something embarrassing, we absolutely will mention it on podcast.
Yeah, and mock you mercilessly.
Yep.
As would you in our places. She also tweeted, for once, I agree with Nightwing.
What? Somebody agrees with me? Oh.
Let the mocking begin.
I think episode 3 is the best of the Star Wars prequels.
I agree with her too.
Yeah, no, we agree with that. What we were disagreeing with was SP when he said the first one was the best.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No, people usually disagree is when I say it's the second best Star Wars movie.
I agree it's the second best. I really don't like Attack of the Clones.
No, the second best overall. For me, it goes Empire, Sith, Star Wars, Jedi 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah, for me, it's Empire, Sith.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Actually, it's pretty much yours. Yeah, actually, it's yours. It's in your order.
Wow. Oh my God. So many people are agreeing with me on Star Wars right now. This is crazy.
See, I'm Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, Empire Strikes Back.
Dude.
2, 3.
Oh?
There's other people that agree with me. It just depends on your take on the movies.
No, I don't think there are.
There are. Actually, I talked to a couple of them. Okay, moving on. Mr. Pericletes tweeted, and this is when you were live tweeting, Lauren. Every week when there's an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or I assume Agent Carter, Lauren will take control of the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Twitter account and she will do live tweeting. And this week you were tweeting and there was some back and forth. And then Mr. Pericletes came back once with saying a filibuster of Koenigs. So you guys were obviously talking about the Koenigs, what they actually were. And he said, what do you call them? And it was a filibuster. So that was pretty cool. He also said, okay, I need help with that last scene. Hope you guys can explain on the podcast. So I think we pretty much did. We're talking about Terrigen Mist and the two Inhuman. Okay, we didn't talk about this. Why were Skye and Reyna susceptible to the Terrigen Mist, but Trip was not?
You have to be descended from people that were experimented on by the Kree.
Yeah.
And then the last scene would have been the eyeless guy.
Yeah.
And which is an Inhuman.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we've answered your question. If not, hit us back and we will talk about it more in depth next time. Andy Mingna said, funny, just after watching the winter finale. We call it the mid-season finale here on the Gonna Geek Network, by the way. I listened to last week's cast and I heard the feedback for more Trip. Yeah. R.I.P. Trip. R.I.P. And then finally, Lauren, who had control of the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast, said, Koenig Sandwich, has there been fanfic about this yet?
Probably.
I'm actually scared.
To my knowledge, there has yet to be. This can be corrected.
Yeah, this can probably be corrected. Yesterday, I was on Comic Book Legends, and we had a crossover with Defective Geek, and they found some piece of fan-made, it's basically fan fiction, where Lance and the Arrow get steamy after a long day of work. Of course, me and the operator were playing Lance and Arrow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's tame, dude.
I never want to see you and Op together again.
Or you can just listen to Comic Book Legends this month.
Okay, and then Andy also asked, have we encountered...
No, see, if you really, really want to freak people out, find something that's Oliver and his quiver and Felicity broadcasting it to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I have read the one where the monster in the lake hooks up with the Hogwarts castle.
Oh, yeah, that one. That was
classic.
a classic. Oh my God. And have you read the one with Hagrid and Dobby? Dobby stretches, sir.
Oh my God, no.
No, I have not read that one. Thanks for ruining my childhood.
Oh no, I could do so much worse.
I did read one. I read a Transformers one that was really disturbing.
I read a really funny one a while back. Sam Witwicky from Transformers and what's his name from Tron? Sam Flynn.
Yeah.
And it involved shrinking and it was just terribly written, but really funny. And I read it to Scott while he was driving so he could not escape.
And that's why the car went into oncoming traffic.
Yeah. Pull the car over next time, Scott.
I have been a ghost for this entire podcast.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not. The car was fine.
So Andy Mingna also asked if we had encountered Cal in the comics before, and we said yes, it was Mr. Hyde, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Over on Facebook, we had a wonderful post from Mary Kirk, and she said, listening to the podcast, and I just have to say, I bought an HD version of Guardians of the Galaxy from Amazon Instant Streaming before Thanksgiving, so before the actual hard copy came out on Blu-ray, and all of the bonus materials / extended scenes / gag reels are on there. So we misspoke last time. Haley misspoke last time.
Oh, Ailey, what did you do again?
I don't remember. That was a whole week ago.
All right. So we also got some voicemails, and we actually got a lot of them this week. I'm really excited to listen to them. Are you?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hi, agents. Neil from Central City calling. Oops, sorry, crossed the streams on you there. Quick comment, long-time listener, first-time caller. Wanted to say thanks. The last podcast, great episode. Always a treat to listen to the entire gang talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the greater Marvel universe. With that said, my top 5 Marvel characters, and I had to use 6 because I had to sneak somebody in as runner-up. So runner-up, Hercules. He's just a blast and kind of over the top. Number 5, Thor. Number 4, Doctor Strange. Number 3, Captain Marvel. I'm a classic Captain Marvel guy, so Marvel is my number 1 Captain Marvel. Number 2, Hawkeye. And number 1, someone I'm sure you haven't had on any of your lists yet, Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. He's always been my favorite Marvel character. Don't know why. A lot of things going for him. And an all-women Avengers team. I'd lead it off with Wasp. Janet Van Dyne is awesome, and she would lead my all-women's Avengers dream team. I'd back that up with Captain Marvel, but Monica Rambeau, she's my Captain Marvel subsequent to Marvel. I'd have She-Hulk for strength, Valkyrie, Scarlet Witch, and then just for someone sneaky, I'd have Mockingbird. There you go. Love the cast, guys, and looking forward to the mid-season finale tonight. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Well, Neil, we hope Central City is fine for you tonight, and it's okay to cross the streams on the Gonna Geek Network. Seems as though 3 people on this podcast also podcast about DC shows as well.
He does live in Central City. He lives in Vancouver.
Exactly. So way to go.
Or every city and every TV show ever.
He actually, you know what? I was watching Gilmore Girls. Haley, do you know where that was shot? Because it looked a lot like Vancouver to me.
Probably. I don't know for sure that it was, but it wouldn't surprise me even a little bit.
Right. Well, it looked like...
Well, actually, you know, when the Supernatural did the big meta episode where they were in the universe where Supernatural was a TV show, they did a tour of the set, or of the lot, and one of the sets they passed was Stars Hollow, which would make it in Vancouver as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything's in Vancouver. Everything.
Hashtag it's all in Vancouver.
Well, yeah, mostly except Days of Future Past, which has all been shot in my backyard, which is so funny. Seriously, it's so funny. I watched the movie and I'm like, yep. This is not Paris. This is downtown. It's so funny.
So Neil sent us his voicemail before he watched the episode. That was great. And he actually gave us a lot. He gave us his top 5 Marvel characters. Lauren, I heard you say yay for Hercules, right?
Yes.
Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, and Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. What do you guys think of that?
That's a nice lineup.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like it because it doesn't have a lot of the same names we've been seeing over and over again. It's nice that he's pulling from the deeper bench that Marvel has.
The first thing that came to my mind when you talked about Hercules is I forgot Ares, which is one of my favorite Avenger ever. God of War, come on.
I cannot hear you over the sound of returning fire. That's like my all-time favorite Ares moment right there.
I agree. He is the awesome. If you don't have Thor, you get Ares. And you might ask less question like, just go smash that guy. Yeah, okay. He's not gonna get sucker punched by the Hulk. Come on. Just saying.
But yeah, so Hercules, okay. For all y'all who want a good, fun comic to read that has just, okay, if you're into mythology and you like fun, go pick up Incredible Hercules.
That was pretty good when you replaced the Hulk.
Oh, I loved that comic so much. Yeah, when he took over the Hulk's title for a while, I loved that comic so much. And come on, it introduced us all to the Elvish Tickler.
Yes, it did.
and the knowledge that Hercules is one of the few people who can properly do one.
That was
such a good
comic.
And yeah, Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. At first I was like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? And then, yeah, he was involved in a lot of the, there's words that are trying to form. I swear I was just reading something with Black Knight the other day. And by the other day, I probably mean like 4 months ago because I don't remember time anymore. But no, it's like kind of mystical, I want to say.
Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah, okay, so Comic Vine. I'm reading the origin right now. Born and raised in Massachusetts, Dane Whitman attended university as a young man, eventually obtaining a master's degree in physics. Yay, science. The descendant of a long line of heroes who took up the mantle of the Black Knight, Whitman assumed the role after his uncle Nathan Garrett had resurrected the name to partake in villainy. And he ended up taking up the mantle to fight the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants who he had accidentally summoned to Earth and soon established himself as a hero.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, awesome list. Neil, thank you very much for that one. Now, on to his all-women Avenger team. There's a couple in there we haven't seen yet.
Well, he went straight to Janet Van Dyke, which is good.
Yeah. Monica Rambeau. She is fantastic. Again, a comic recommendation. I think I've made it before. I've just blanked out on it, but the one with Machine Man and the Captain and Monica Rambeau, it's a Warren Ellis title. Next Wave Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, she's in that.
We talked about Next Wave before.
Yes, she's in that. And they keep referencing back when I was with the Avengers, and it doesn't take itself very seriously, but no, she is a good character. And she was Captain Marvel for a while. And they brought her back in not the current ongoing Captain Marvel, but there was a Captain Marvel that ran for, 20 issues, I guess. And then there's the one that's ongoing right now. And they are both with Carol Danvers. And in the previous numbered one with Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau makes an appearance. And I think they fight like a sea monster. But yeah, Monica Rambeau is awesome.
Awesome list, Neil. Thank you very much. All right. We ready for the next voicemail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, agents. This is Adam. Didn't like this episode as much as last week's in terms of the drama and everything that happened, but part of that might have been that I had to watch it piecemeal rather than all at once. I do think it's interesting, and I hope they keep this trend up, that it seems like every season is going to be the origin for a different superhero, at least as one of the B-plots. Now that they've pretty much confirmed that Skye is Quake from the comics, and I believe I read that Quake's father is Mr. Hyde, which is, pretty appropriate too. So, not surprised that they killed Trip, but a little disappointed. I'm wondering what Rena is going to turn into here. Another thing I just thought of is that it seems like Ward might be working on putting together his own sort of bizarro version of Coulson's team, which means next time we see him, he'll probably have a couple tech people to be his Fitzsimmons. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, Adam. You didn't like the episode as much as last week? I gotta tell you, I did. I liked it way more than last week.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah.
Right. Sit down and watch it together all at once, and you're going to love it.
Yes.
But yeah, we talked about everything else, including Ward putting his team together, the tech guys. That'll be interesting. Possibly, as we said, the Iceman or Freeze or whatever he's called. That'd be awesome. All right. You guys ready for the next voicemail?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Agent Op. Mid-season finale, epic. The whole season has been really good, but this last episode was really good. I think Skye may be over Ward, saying, because she, shot him more than once. So, yeah, ouch. But, overall, the episode was extremely good. I'm gonna miss Trip. Trip was awesome. Trip was a cool character. I really got to like him, so he's gonna be missed. But when Skye got her powers and everything, and the back arch, and it was like, I'm sorry, that was just hot to me, because I'm a comic geek. That was just hot. But overall, episode was good. And Coulson fighting, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty freaking sweet. But, yeah, the episode was great, and look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. And yeah, that's it. I'm Agent Up. I'm out.
My brother said something very similar about Skye getting her powers.
Yeah, that scene looked like it was straight out of Guardians of the Galaxy for me. It was a movie quality scene.
It was.
Great.
Agreed.
Yeah, and Haley, you think Skye may be over Ward? You think?
I hope so. Unless it means she'll shoot him again to prove she's over him.
That'd be awesome.
I can't wait for Skye and May to get back together, and Skye tells her what she did, and she's like, good girl.
I know, right?
I think she will.
I have taught you well.
I shot him in the foot. I shot him in the chest 4 times. Awesome. All right, one more voicemail. You guys ready?
Yep.
Hey, fan, and hopefully still friend of the show, Willie Nelson here. Sorry I've been missed, but I've been kind of lasting on my episodes. I only currently watch them on Hulu Plus, which I don't get till the day after they air, so I'm sorry. I'm actually currently about to watch last night's episode right now, and I keep enjoying everything you've been putting out, listen every week, and I still hear the apologies from you. And if Wayne, you still on there? Been enjoying you, still listening to Legends Podcast, big fan for multiple years. So you guys have fun. I'll keep listening. Willie Nelson out.
Willie!
I want to personally thank you for listening to all these casts. Thank you, sir. That's really appreciated. That's what make us go for that long. So I wish you all luck, guys.
Yeah, and thank you very much. Of course you're still a friend of the cast, Willie.
Yeah.
Hey, we realize a lot of people have to watch this the week after on Hulu Plus or Hulu or whatever because they've just cut the cord. And that's the way things go these days. We realize that. And if that's you and you watch the episode and you listen to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. the week after or whatever, that's fine. Just hit us up and we'll gladly take the feedback 2-3 weeks later. So no problem there. Right, guys?
Right.
Yeah, we'd still love to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, and there's breaks, so you'll be able to catch up and just let us know as you go. That's super cool.
Think of it this way. Haley is still talking about things that were written 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, think about it this way.
No spoilers, guys.
Haley hasn't seen Rocky 3. You're good.
Or 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 or 6.
Oh, God. This just hurts so much.
And if you're in the DC universe, Haley started 75 years ago. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm making progress.
How many did you read yet?
Like 4.
Woohoo! All right. So, yes, absolutely get back to us. And next week, you know what? There's not an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode next week. And there's not Agent Carter because that doesn't start up until after the New Year. So.
We watch Justice League? Oh, wrong.
No.
Wrong universe.
Yeah, I have a different podcast where I get drunk and watch Justice League cartoons.
You lucky one.
So I'm thinking, since the next thing out of the chute after Agent Carter, after the second half of the seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and after Avengers 2 comes out is the...
If you make me rewatch Avenger, I will be mad.
Yes, we will do that.
You don't have to come.
Let's make him rewatch Avengers.
But in the meantime, the very next thing is Daredevil. You know what, guys? I don't think I've ever seen the Daredevil movie.
Blah. And you guys give me crap.
So why don't we watch that for next week? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that movie. So
yeah, we had the discussion in the pre-show. Daredevil is one of my guilty pleasure. This movie, and I see everything there is in there. I know. Just love it.
So I'll be interested to see the Bat flick, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh God! First time I'm gonna watch this knowing he's Batfleck. Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
So if you guys have any feedback out there of Daredevil, go ahead, hit us up. That'd be great. If you guys want to talk about this episode, go ahead. If you guys want to talk about anything, because you know what? Actually, I heard that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 just dropped on Netflix. So if you guys are out there, you're watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Netflix, go ahead, hit us up. We'd love to talk about Season 1 because it was such a fun show until Captain America.
Yep.
There was still some good scenes in there, and there was some issues, but, keep it up. Get there, because it's great. It's great now. Okay, so join us next week as we talk Daredevil. And also, don't forget, you can contact us on all the ways. Our website is legendsofshield.com. We have a voicemail, as you just heard 4 of them. Our voicemail line is 844-THE-BUS-1 or 844-843-2871. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter account. We have a Tumblr account. Thank you, Lauren. We also have a YouTube channel, which needs to be updated, and I'll get to that as soon as I can. And just search for Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. You can find us at all the places. Also, on the Gonna Geek website, we do have forums. We have a section of the forum dedicated to this podcast. Go ahead, hit us up there. That's forums.gonnageek.com. Or on your Tapatalk app on your smartphone, search for Gonna Geek, no spaces, and you'll find us there. So, in particular, you have 3 science-oriented people, engineers, that sort of thing on this podcast. And then there's Wayne, we're not quite sure what he is, other than French. But go ahead, hit us up with your Science of Marvel questions. We would love to talk to you. Like, I have a whole thing about Adelan and why there was no water down there or something. Yeah, we can get to that later. Because you're...
Dude, aliens.
Underground. There's... it's under an ocean. Okay.
It was totally aliens.
There you go. So thank you very much for listening. We're going to wrap this one up. It was a bit longer, but guess what? There was a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So thank you very much for listening. We do appreciate you listening and your feedback every week.
Yay! Keep calling. I like calls. Keep calling.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who did send us a voicemail. Neil, Adam, Operator, and Willie Nelson. We appreciate hearing from all of you guys this week.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who checks our Facebook page. Thank you to Mary Kirk for leaving us a message.
Yeah, that was awesome, Mary. Thank you very much. And thanks to all the Twitter feedback. That seems to me the main way that we communicate back and forth with regulars. So Richard at Kodiak GWC, Operator, you know who he is, at _Operator01, Adana Girl, and Mr. Pericletes, and Andy Minga. Thank you guys very much for interacting with us. You make this fun to happen. And go ahead, join in. We're not exclusive. Join in the conversation. It's all fun. So that's it for this week. Until next week, I'm Agent Stargate Pioneer.
I'm Agent Haley.
I'm Agent Lauren.
And I'm Consultant Wing.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you want to leave us feedback, go to gonnageek.com and you will find all of our contact information and other shows. You can also visit legendsofshield.com where you'll find our complete archive of podcasts. The music heard on this podcast is by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com. The opinions heard on this podcast are those of the individual host and do not represent Legends, Stream, or Gonna Geek. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the property of the Disney Corporation. No infringement is intended.